Hello, everybody. Vincent Price with Price Stamp of Approval here with another writing session. These writing sessions are along the lines of The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross. Have you seen that? In every episode of that show, he demonstrated his joy, his love for painting. And I hope to do that same thing with editing and with writing. I enjoy it, I love it, and I want to show that. And I hope that I can encourage you to join the bandwagon if you're not already on it. Okay? So, with each writing session, I'll choose a topic and then just write it out and talk through what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So, if you're ready, let's get started. I'm just going to be answering this prompt, and the prompt is a book is like. Feel free to use the same prompt and let me know how you did, what you came up with. Um, so, a book is like a pair of shoes. Mm, Oftentimes, we have to spend a great deal of time. I don't like that word, the repetition of the word times here. Um, we have to, instead of spend a great deal of time, dedicate time and attention to finding the right fit. Shoes that are too big for us will become a pain and a burden as we, I don't want to say struggle to walk around in it. I want to choose a verb that would kind of capture that whole experience. Lumber? Is that a verb? As we trudge. Trudge seems to be a bit heavy, suggesting that you have to pick up those heavy shoes that don't fit. Okay, as we trudge through each step. Similarly, so I use the word similarly or likewise to let my reader know or to let my hearers know or listeners know that the sentence or the concept that I just stated is going to connect to the next statement. To even emphasize that even more, I could change that period to a semicolon, thereby letting my readers know, the readers who understand what a semicolon is used for, let those folks know that this sentence that's following up is directly related to the previous sentence. That's what semicolons are used for mostly, to link two sentences, two complete sentences together. But the thing about these two sentences is they have to relate. Okay? There's no reason that they need to be connected if they're not on the same topic, if they're not relating to the same thing. Okay? So the way I've written it here, these two sentences are going to be relating because this first part is talking about shoes that are too big for us. Now I'm going to be talking about shoes that are too small. That are too small for us. Will make walking a painful experience. Okay, so painful experience there. Yeah, I use pain here. I wonder, do I need to say it's a pain if it's a pain, but it doesn't necessarily cause pain. It's a burden. So I think a pain and a burden are the same thing. So I'm going to remove that. I don't like to repeat words too often. So if I can avoid it, I'll do that. Now, this is different. My repetition of words is different from my repetition of structures. So I'm speaking about parallel structure. So you'll often hear parallel structure when people give speeches. If you want to make a interdisciplinary connection, parallel lines in math, those are lines that never meet. They go in the same direction, they never touch. When you apply that to language or linguistics, parallel structure is when you have the structures that you're using, whether those are phrases, clauses, words, they match. So either you're using all adjectives or you're following a pattern of subject, verb, noun, or subject, verb, adjective. Or if you're having items in a series, adjective, 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 verb, 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 to be, to be, to be, whatever the case. So here's my example of parallel structure. Shoes that are too big for us will become blah 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 blah. The next statement says shoes that are too small for us will make blah 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 blah. Okay? So we have that same structure. Shoes that are to something will for us will do something. Okay? So I'm fine with that type of parallel structure. That's intentional. Any other kind of repetition, uh, for me, represents either laziness or ignorance because I just don't know another word to replace it. So shoes that are too small for us will make walking a painful experience. Will make walking a painful experience. It seems like I can't end it. I need something else. And discourage it altogether. Thus, shoes. What do I want to make? Thus, books. So I'm making that connection. Thus, books, like shoes, need to fit who we are. We just need to fit. Short and simple. Because if I add that phrase "who we are," it doesn't quite line up with what I've been saying. Who we are seems a bit broad, seems a bit cliche, so I don't want to use that. Thus, books, like shoes, need to fit. I don't like all those commas, so I'm going to use a dash. The way you use dashes, if you've already had your words there, you put the hyphen, 2 hyphens to do. Type at least one letter, put a space, and then get rid of the extra stuff. Okay. So now I have hyphens instead of commas there because I didn't want all those commas. It was thus, comma, books, comma, like shoes, comma. It was just too much for me. So dashes, you have certain things, certain punctuations that work to remove the excess of commas. So you have the dashes that you can use. Some people use the parentheses. In certain situations, you can use semicolons. Because commas are commonly used, sometimes commonly misused, but there are alternatives to commas. So, thus books, like shoes, need to fit. Furthermore, we sometimes We grow out of shoes. Well, we can grow out of books. Ooh. So instead of saying we can grow out of books just like we can grow out of shoes, I want to reverse that. Furthermore, just as we can grow out of or outgrow, ooh, outgrow uh, our shoes, so too. So that's a structure that I learned in senior English, AP English. Just as, that's what's setting up the comparison, and then comma, and then you complete it with the so too, and then the verb, and then the subject. It's reversal. So too, can we outgrow our books? Seems like I needed an example to clear that up. For example, um, that I once loved to read may now be beneath my interests and or my reading level. Just making it necessary for me to search for or find a book to graduate to. Now, that fits, that matches my current style and ability, skill. Yeah, sure. So, for example, a book that I once loved to read. Nah, instead of love to read, it seems a bit too long. The sentence is already long as it is. So I want to see if I can reduce that. So a book that I once loved may now be beneath my interest and or reading level, thus making it necessary for me to find a book that matches my current style and skill. I'm going to reverse these. Um, I guess it just sounds like it needs to be this way rather than style and skill, skill and style. Style just seems like it needs to be that final word. Um, so, thus making it necessary for me to find a book that matches my current style and skill. Oh, my current skill and style. Okay, so I'll stop right there. Let me see what we have so far. A book is like a pair of shoes. Oftentimes, we have to dedicate time and attention to finding the right fit. Shoes that are too big for us will become a burden as we trudge through each step. Oh, I need an adjective there. It seems like we need an adjective. Arduous. That's the first word that came to my mind. Arduous. Put the letter H in front of it. Hard. Arduous is basically hard or difficult in that sense. Okay, so shoes that are too big for us will become a burden as we trudge through each arduous step. Ooh. Similarly, shoes that are too small for us will make walking a painful experience and discourage it altogether. Thus, books, like shoes, need to fit. Furthermore, just as we can outgrow our shoes, so too can we outgrow our books. For example, a book that I once loved may now be beneath my interest and or reading level, thus making it necessary for me to find a book that matches my current skill and style. Oh! Woo! I love that paragraph. Woo. I hope you enjoyed watching me respond to the prompt, "A book is like." Feel free to do the same thing. Respond to that prompt. Let me know how it goes. I cut that clip short. If you would like to see how I later revise that paragraph that I just wrote, there's about a 5-minute video that follows up after it. So feel free to look at that. I mess around with the sentence structure and talk a little bit more about sentence structures and word repetitions. So if you have any questions, let me know, leave a comment. Have a fantastic day. Keep writing.